Oh, who will stand against the Lord? No one can, no one will. Who will stand against our King? No one can, no one will.
Hello, and thank you for joining me with Story Time. The book I will read to you is entitled, Thank You, Esther. It was written by Charlotte Lundy and illustrated by Margaret Ray James. It's time to get up. School starts today, said Elizabeth's mother. I don't want to go to school today, said Elizabeth as she hid under the covers. I like it here at home where I can play with my dog, Goldie, and my cats, Mo and Elvis. There will be lots of fun to do at school also. We have already met your teacher, Mrs. Dunlap. She is so sweet, and she is really looking forward to being your teacher this year. I bet there will be a lot of new and interesting things to do at school. Plus, think of all the new friends you will make, said Elizabeth's mother. But I don't want to meet new friends. Goldie, Mo, and Ellis can be my friends. They like me already. I'm afraid that some of the new people at school won't like me, said Elizabeth. Of course they will like you, said Elizabeth's mother. You just need to be brave and have some courage when you walk into your classroom this morning. Okay, said Elizabeth. I will try to go to school today, but if I don't like it, I'm coming right back home, okay? Asked Elizabeth with a wonderful look on her face. Yes, that's fine with me, said Elizabeth's mother. But before you go to school, I want to tell you a story about another young lady who had to be brave. Who? Asked Elizabeth. This is the story that Elizabeth's mother told her. A long time ago in the Bible, there was a young lady named Esther. She was very beautiful. By a stroke of good luck, Esther became the queen of Susa, and Queen Vashti refused to obey King Xerxes' orders. The king was very attracted to Esther, and she won his approval to be queen. So she sat a royal crown on her head and made her queen of Susa. King Xerxes didn't know that Esther was a Jew. Sometime later, Esther's cousin Mordecai got into trouble with the high court. The king ordered that Mordecai and all the Jews be killed. Esther couldn't believe that this could happen to her own people. Her cousin Mordecai talked to Esther and reminded her of the position. He asked her if she would please go to the king to beg for mercy for all of her people. Esther was worried because if the king didn't like what she had to say, he could kill her right on the spot. Plus, when he found out that she was a Jew, he might even kill her. How could she go to the king and ask him to save her people when she herself might be killed? Esther called her cousin and told him to get all of the people together and pray for her because she was going to speak to the king. I will go to the king even though it is against the law. If I perish, I'll perish. So Esther went to King Xerxes. She pleaded with him, falling at his feet and weeping. She begged him to put an end to the evil plot against her cousin Mordecai and her people by Haman, who was a ruthless officer in the king's court, who hated the Jews and was determined to destroy them. When King Xerxes heard Esther's story and understood the evil plot of Haman against her people, the king ordered Haman to be killed instead of Mordecai and all of the Jews. The day Mordecai left the king's presence wearing royal garments, a large crown of gold, and a purple robe of fine linen. For the Jews, it was the time of happiness, joy, and honor. Because of Esther's courage and bravery to go to the king and expose the evil plot, even though she herself might be killed, her cousin and all the Jews were saved. "You just need a little courage like Esther," said Elizabeth's mother. "I'm sure everything will work out just fine for you at school today." "Thanks for the story about Esther," said Elizabeth. "I'll try to have courage like her at school today." After Elizabeth heard that story, she got up and dressed herself for school. It was hard saying goodbye to her mother. As she dropped her off in front of the school, it was also scary walking down the long hall of her classroom. Finally, Elizabeth found her classroom. As she peeked around the corner into her classroom, she couldn't believe her eyes. In front of the classroom behind Miss Dunlap was all kinds of animals. There were mice, gerbils, fish, frogs, turtles, birds, and a cat that was asleep beside Miss Dunlap's desk. "Wow," thought Elizabeth. "What a fun place to go to school." Elizabeth really enjoyed the first day of school. She couldn't wait to tell her mother how much fun she had that day. When Elizabeth's mother picked her up from school, Elizabeth gave her a big hug and said, "I had so much fun at school today. Thank you for telling me the story about Esther. And thank you, God, for sending Esther to teach me how to be brave." Thank you so much for listening. And just to remember, Mrs. Jones loves you. Have a wonderful afternoon.